Thank you, Natalie.
Hello, and thank you again for coming. We'll start off by introducing ourselves. So as Dean just said, our project has been looking at realising the value of administration. So I'm Natalie, I'm the Admin Manager for Community Services covering Portsmouth and South East Hampshire. And throughout the week we've been supported by various colleagues who can't be with us today. But today we've got our lovely QI facilitators, Kerry and Louise. Natalie Evans, who is one of our single point of contact administrators. Nikki Chase, who is one of our integrated care team coordinators supporting our Havant area. And Alice White is our patient support administrator for the Petersfield and Borden area. Throughout the week we've been supported by patient participation group representations, our head of operations, our clinical lead and other administrators all supporting this function. So firstly, why we are doing this. So we as a division recognise ourselves that there is lots of duplication and confusion. So we have 8 geographical areas within Portsmouth and South East Hampshire that all have their district nursing admin support, therapy support, but we also have a single point of contact, which we recognise probably wasn't a single point of contact. There were multiple referral routes in. So we wanted to look at a different way of working and making it smarter. Elements of it as well was looking at are our clinicians spending key clinical time doing admin tasks, that we can release some of that burden, so making sure the right person is doing the right job. You've gone too fast. And also looking at standardising that process. So again, lots of duplication, lots of different geographical teams doing the same thing differently, so having a standardised process, freeing up the time for the clinician and ultimately enhancing and simplifying that patient journey. So the purpose of our RPIW week this week was to understand the current processes and what we could maybe do to standardise those and how we could do it differently, streamline that patient journey and admin processes, and to share best practice across all of our administration teams. So our targets for this week was hopefully, like we said, reduce that admin burden on our clinical staff, freeing them up to do what they should be doing and what they're trained to do. Giving admin staff the empowerment to challenge and change processes, improve morale across our admin division, increase that direct patient contact time, streamline and try and reduce some of that variation across the teams, enable cross-cover, because where we have so many different teams operating differently, it's very difficult in times of absence to enable some of that cross-cover working, and hopefully reduce some of our staff sickness and turnover rates.
Is it on the spot? Okay, so as one of the facilitators, there was 4 of us that went out and spent time with Gosport 1 and 2 district nursing teams. This is a snapshot of some of the key themes that we, from our observations. We actually went out at a similar time to when CQC were visiting the trust, and initially the team thought we were CQC, so we actually told them we were from Panorama, to try and alleviate some of the anxiety. So within the clinical effectiveness, there's sort of quite a lot of themes within each area, but we've just pulled out a couple of the main ones that we looked at. So that was around, one of the things that the team were finding difficult was actually the daily planner. There's sort of expensive clinicians that were actually planning the days for the district nurses, and it was really time consuming. And it was also around communication with outside agencies, with GPs, with other referrers, trying to get the right information at the right time to benefit the patient. Within the equipment and tools, that was about having the right equipment at the right time. Practitioners were carrying around phones, cameras, laptops, all for trying to provide that patient care. So we found that there was a lot of duplication, a lot of waste in that time. And the capacity was around clinicians basically doing administration tasks, which is expensive and time consuming for the clinicians. And again around, because of that, they were actually doing RIO outside of working hours, so they were doing progress notes in the evenings, they were having to come into work early, they were cancelling patient appointments because of that.
I
wanted to just say that I was really impressed with the admin staff I saw. You know, I think it was a bit of realisation of the value of admin, because they're sort of overlooked, and a lot of people know in the room that I'm really interested in research. There isn't really any research on what admin do at all, and that shows how underlooked it is and within NHS. I thought this is a really valuable thing to do. And so looking at some of the issues they have on a daily basis, because it's not just one NHS, is it? It's lots of different computer systems, and the waste, trying to find out different information from different systems was a difficulty they faced. They were sort of printing out things for clinicians that clinicians could access themselves on the different IT systems. I witnessed where one member staff scanned 25 documents for the same task and another one too, so there was a lack of standardisation going on, and they also had this sort of process of dictating and writing up assessments from doctors and clinicians that was very time consuming, and actually that process meant it was quite delayed for the staff. So given all of this, this is what we left them with, and they did an amazing work which they're going to discuss with you, so I'm going to hand over to the team. So I'm from Single Point of Contact, and what we were doing is looking at what we're currently doing now, and the fact that we're a relatively new service. We've only been up and running for about 2 years, trying to integrate that in with the current services that are very well established, like the district nursing teams. So looking at who is coming into us and our current flow and how we're actually working, but it's clunky and it can still come in from other areas, and trying to streamline that. So our ideas for improvement were reviewing the referral pathways and taking away the options, looking at what SPOC could actually for, and making it a single point of contact rather than just a single point of referral, which is what we do at the moment. Looking at the paperwork, because again, you've got 8 different divisions, everybody's doing everything slightly differently, and having these multiple pathways. So it was looking at our operating procedures, redesigning the referral form so that it is going to work for everybody, but there only needs to be the one referral form, and redesigning to make it redesign the referral form to make it fit for purpose, streamlining the process so that it is and works. So the new referral pathway is a lot quicker and a lot shorter than the old one. Hopefully that will mean a smoother patient journey, and so that SPOC does exactly what it says on the tin, and we are a single point of contact.